Inside Hinkle Fieldhouse as we get set for Inside Butler basketball, connected by Smithville Fiber. Talking with LaVall Jordan, head coach for the Butler men's basketball team, and we're talking about the early non-conference season. This is Inside Butler basketball, connected by Smithville Fiber. Well, we welcome you back inside Hinkle Fieldhouse. Coach, excited to be with you for this season of Inside Butler basketball. Already 8-2 this season. Seems like the season's been off to a quick start. You've taken a trip out to Portland in the PK80, had some non-conference games. You even had one in the Gavitt games on the road. 10 games in, how would you assess the season?
I think we're making progress in the right direction. I think you learn a lot as you go about your team, and I think we've got some solid pieces that are starting to gel each and every time out a little bit better. It was great to have some time to practice after Portland to shore up some things. And now we're down a man with we're waiting for Sean McDermott's return, and so we'll see what kind of forecast that does and how our lineups will shift afterwards. But I love the fact that our young guys, Christian David, he's getting in there and getting some meaningful minutes. I think it's moved some guys around. Keelan's had to play a lot of minutes, but he's done well, in his transition. And Aaron Thompson has been doing great as a freshman, getting out there, especially defensively, being able to help us. So, I think we've made really good progress.
Yeah, well, you mentioned that Sean McDermott goes down with the injury in the Portland State game out in the PK80, and that does allow for an opportunity for other guys to step up too. What's been the message to the team, and how do you believe that the team has responded to that?
It's been next man up. When we got together early on, it was on us as a coaching staff to just articulate the job description, what we're looking for. Most of them know it. It's true to Butler's principles that have been there for a long time, and our young guys are trying to catch up. We had the opportunity in Europe that gave them a little bit of a head start, and to see how they would do with that. And then now, when real bullets are flying, it's how consistent can you be each and every day in practice? And when the guy goes down due to foul trouble or injury or sickness, somebody else has to step up and do the job. And so I think that's their mentality, and that's what we preach.
One of the guys, you got two seniors in Keelan Martin and Tyler Weidman coming into this season who have played and are going to have to continue to play big roles for the team. I think when you look at Keelan in particular, he's had a handful of games with 20 points. He's had 3 double-doubles already this season. He's been very impressive early on, kind of setting the tone.
Yeah, I think, Key and I's relationship is growing, and our conversation has been good about his role from the time we started back in June into now. And he's embraced, in terms of leading in his own way. He's a guy that is winning every sprint in practice. He brings it every drill. He doesn't take drills off. And so he's been really focused on, doing what he can to provide what the team needs as a senior. And Tyler as well, stepped up in a leadership role and become more vocal. And we're asking more out of those guys because they've been there. They've been on winning teams. They've been a part of this program. And so that's part of what you have to do as a senior.
And you were talking about, Coach, the PK80, the trip out to Portland, and how unique of an opportunity that was. 16 teams affiliated with Nike being able to get out there and play. And you come out of there with a 2-1 record, including a comeback win against Ohio State in the last few minutes. How important is that for two reasons? One, the momentum you carry out of that, but two, just the feel of being in an early tournament like that.
Yeah, I think that was being out there with the level of competition and the prestige of the other schools and the traditions that are there. Obviously, the Nike element of it was something that our guys were excited about. So you're going to go play 3 really good opponents, and so to come out 2-1 is something that that I think we can draw off of and build off of. And obviously, a game like Ohio State, it gives you a belief, right, as a team that it's never over. You get down and you've had that point of reference where you can get back and say, hey, fellas, if we just chip away one possession at a time, we can get back in this thing. And so all those things were good things, like I said, things that we can build off of. And young guys got to play with Sean due to Sean's absence in that game. And so, there's things that are going to help us as we get into January, February, and March.
Well, good luck this upcoming weekend and the rest of the non-conference schedule, Coach.
Thanks a lot, man.
That's LaVall Jordan, head coach for the Butler Bulldogs. His team off to an 8-2 start this season. They've got Purdue in the Crossroads Classic this weekend. Appreciate you joining us on Inside Butler Basketball, connected by Smithville Fiber.